Yeah, Canada.
Row number 2 will look like this at Decatur, Texas, 28H. That's going to be Daryl Hughes II. And to the outside out of Arvada, Colorado, it's a 6U of Dominic Ursetta.
Row number 3 going to be the 34G out of Central Point, Oregon of Albert Gill and Randy Schaefer out of Vacaville, California, the 25G.
And rounding out your 9-car field out of Arvada, Colorado, will be the 14 of Cherno, Jerry Flippo out of Bakersfield, the 13. And the 18Z of Farmington, New Mexico, Zippy D. It's Zane DeVilbiss.
Well, we got H3 winner, TM3, Troy Morris III, getting the job done, able to qualify for your 10th feature in the modifieds. Great job out there, Troy.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Track seems to be coming into you. Telling me, though, it was patchy for you.
Yeah, it was super weird. You know, it's kind of like slimy down around the berm, but right off the berm, it's a little grippy, but then it's slick, and then it's marbly. So I was not set up for that. I tell you what, I should have read the track a little differently. But sitting in the infield, not much you can do there. I just got to go back and make a couple adjustments. I was holding on for dear life.
We'll see what he can do. He was 13th in the feature last night. Troy Morris III out of Bakersfield, California.
There you go. Always a great time to see TM3. Great family there, the Morris family. Got to meet them down here a couple of years ago. They've ventured to the Midwest during the summer. He's going to spend a little more time in the Midwest there up in the northeast part of the country. Do some racing with us out there in Iowa. So great little family, the Morrises out there. Always a great time to see them when we come out here. We're their home, but it's always good to see them come to my house.
You know, it seems like more and more of the people from the West Coast are going up to your area just because of the fact that, you know, we don't get to race as much as you folks over there in Iowa and Minnesota and all around those areas.
Yeah, it seems like in the Midwest we start the end of March and we go to the, well, I don't know, I mean, hold a practice in December if you want anymore, it seems like, with the weather patterns. But, yeah, it's always great to see the drivers come from north down here in the winter and the guys from up here when they go to your winter break or your summer break, come up north. It's always pleasure watching the IMCA racers be able to take their cars all over the country and race them and be legal, be competitive, and be fast, just like that 94 machine is right now. Chris Morris out of Taylor, Texas, working it on down the back straightaway. He'll work to the race lead. Watch there, Daryl Hughes out of Decatur, Texas right there. So a pair of Texas racers. The Lone Star State working 1 and 2. Dominic Ursetta working there in the number 3 spot, followed by that 18 of Miles Bollier.
So it'll still be out front. It'll be Chris Morris in that 94. Just as I said, here comes Ursetta. He's going to try to put the hammer down on that number 28 of Daryl Hughes II. It's going to try to make a way on the outside. Down the front straight, it will be Morris. Battle for that second spot. Give it to Hughes by 29 1/1000ths, but he's not going to be done yet. Here comes Ursetta with a nice drive off of turn number 2 as he rolls around the outside. He's able to clear that 28 of Hughes with Ursetta right there.
Dominic Ursetta out of Arvada, Colorado, working there to the number 3 or 2 spot. Third is Daryl Hughes. Now look at this. Jerry Flippo's got the company of the 14 machine of Cherno. Cherno going to go 3 wide with the 13 machine of Flippo and the 18 of Bolio. Now it's going to be the 13 better, the 14 better than the 13. We'll see if it's going to stay that way, as yes, it does. At Cherno, they're going to go back to the number 5 spot. The 13 of Flippo going to go 6 as they race down the back straightaway. It's still Morris, your leader, but man, what a battle between the 13 and 14 car.
And Flippo's going to try to make some more passes. Here's going to be able to clear a Cherno off of turn number 4 and going to try to head down to the back bumper of that number 25G of Randy Schaefer. Again, all the cars they pass are those valuable points to give in tonight's main event later on tonight. And look at that, Schaefer on the outside. He's going to get around the Decatur, Texas racer of Hughes. Hughes is going to fight him off down to the inside. Up on the top side is Schaefer. They're going to be side by side off of turn number 4 for that 4th spot, but give it to Schaefer at the line with 4 and 6 to go.
Schaefer to the top of the racetrack. You see right there the 28 machine of Hughes. Gonna let him go away as he hustles it on down there. Didn't have anything to play with off of 2. Speaking of playing though, here comes a Jerry Flippo. He's come to play up around the outside. That 13 car gonna chase down this battle for the number 3 and 4 spot. Working down into turn 1 and 2, it is going to be the 25 machine of Schaefer. Oh, Flippo. Yeah, got his toes snipped off down there on the 13 machine as Hughes was coming up the racetrack. Didn't know he was there, but everybody did a nice job with 2 to go.
Meanwhile, back out front, it's still that number 94, the Texas racer. That's Chris Morris. Last time by 2.588 the gap back to the second spot, currently with Dominic Ursetta in second in that 6U car as they run down the front straight. A battle right now again. Flippo's going to look down inside of Hughes. Now he's going to dip to the outside. Hughes on the bottom. Looks like we're going to start to get two grooves around the big three out there in Cocopah. Now he's to the outside. Let's see if Hughes gives him some room. Hughes does give him some room. Flippo's going to take advantage of it to move up into that third spot.
Checkers out for Mills. They're in the 94 machine. Dominic Ursetta coming home in the number 2 spot. Randy Schaefer is third, and Jerry Flippo rounds out your top 4. Heat race number 7. Last one for your modifieds rolling to the racetrack. The old Nuggy Buggy. It is Jamestown, North Dakota race of the 0 of Scott Gardner and Devin Reed out of Woodland, Washington, the 58, row number 1.
Row number 2 will be the 99X of Portland, Oregon's John Gaynor to the outside. It's your IMCA National Champion in 2023. It's a 75 JR base Arizona's Chaz Baca Jr.
That's the legal limit, the .08. That is Jared Domingos out of Santa Maria, California to the inside of row number 5. And Sir Lawrence O'Connor out of Port Hardy, British Columbia, Canada in the 27A.
Your final 3 starters, the 15P of Oakley, California's Andrew Pierce, and 2 is outside to be Wairika, California's Ryan Perry with the 21P, and the 66X of Cedro Woolley, Washington's Jeff Westergaard.
Well, heat race number 4 winner, Eddie Bellick. Great to have you here again. Finished impressive 6th last night. An impressive heat race win there on the last lap.
Yeah, it was fun. You never know what you're going to get on a green racetrack, being the first class out there. But we were able to come from 5th and race pretty good. Just glad to get it done.
Well, getting it done for sure here in the desert, guys. Back to you.
Eddie Bellick there. Great interview with Ben, and we're going to have a great race down the back straightaway. It's going to be Devin Reed on the outside of the 58 machine. Scott Gardner, the Jamestown, North Dakota racer, down around the bottom of the racetrack. It's going to be it's going to be a big quagmire in between Chaz Baca as he comes to 3rd. Then they're all gaggled up in behind him. But man, I tell you what, Devin Reed, the 58 machine, the driver out of Woodland, Washington, great run down the back straightaway.
One guy that charges that 21P of Ryan Perry. He's up 3 spots right now as he's up in that 5th spot, looking to the outside of Sir Lawrence O'Connor in that 27A machine as they head down the front straightaway. And now dig on the bottom side. Here comes Chaz Baca trying to get around the Nuggy Buggy, the 0 of Gardner. He's going to be able to get underneath him through turns 3 and 4. Is he going to be able to shut the door off of 4? It'll be Gardner at the line over Baca with now Sir Lawrence O'Connor up in the 4th at 27A.
So they'll hustle on in. Great to have you all tuned in for a My Race Pass live look-in on Facebook, YouTube, and all of our great social media channels down the back straightaway. It'll be Chaz Baca racing to the inside of the Nuggy Buggy. Here comes Gardner on the top in the red 0 machine. He's not loving it right now with Chaz Baca, your reigning national champion, down around the bottom side. He'll roll to the bottom of the racetrack. Watch him off of 2 and down the back straightaway to the 58 machine. Of course, that is Devin Reed out of Washington. Look at Baca. Is going to throw her deep to the curb on the bottom. He'll race off of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Going to give Baca the number 2 spot.
Reed still out front. Baca digging down the bottom side, that Harris Racing chassis. Now it's going to be Gardner. He got a little bit of a slip of the grip off of turn number 2. That's going to allow Gardner to get to the outside and take back over that second spot. They're going to see if they can run down your leader one more time. He's going to dive down deep and hard on the inside curb, but it's going to be Gardner up on the top side pulling some of that momentum, not able to get around the 75 JR of Baca.
So Baca right there, still holding serve in the number 2 spot, keeping the 0 machine of Gardner right behind him. Devin Reed, your race leader. He is under attack. Here comes the 75 machine on the bottom. Chaz Baca Jr., the 75 junior machine right there with him. Devin Reed, you've got company. Down the bottom of turn number 1 and 2. White Castle served. Reed took a look up under the skirt. Thought different of seeing what kind of outcome can happen on a Thursday night date afternoon. They'll work him down into turn number 3 and 4. Up on the curb with the right for the left front went Baca. He's going to see the up to the top of the green. High, 2 to go.
So 2 to go for your reigning national champion out there in front. Now he's got out in the front. He's going to start to pull away from Devin Reed, but now Devin Reed's got to worry about that 0 of Gardner, as Gardner's going to try to make back up some of the momentum he lost earlier in the heat races. He's now going to dip down the bottom side just like that 75 JR, but now able to get the happen. The white flag flies. 1 lap to go for Baca.
So Baca out front, followed by Devin Reed, the 0 machine of Gardner, the 21P of Peary, and then the 27H of Lawrence O'Connor. They'll work on down. White flag has gone away. Checkered will come to play and give it to Jazz Baca Jr., the 75. Devin Reed goes home second, and it will be the 0 of Scott Gardner and Ryan Peary, your top 4. So that'll wrap up modified action, and we are ready for full fenders. It'll be Ryan Roth out of Peoria, Arizona on the pole of IMCA Sunoco Stock Car Heat Race number 1, and Fred Ryland out of Brentwood, California, the 7J.
Row number 2 is going to be PJ Humphrey in that 57X, and 2 is outside the Colville, Washington race for the 08 of Chase Berkeley.
Then we'll go to row number 3, where it's going to be Tim Gonska from Brainerd, Minnesota, the 5G, and out of Weyburn, Saskatchewan, Canada, it's the 57 of Brendan Labatt.
Row number 4 is going to look like this. It's Apache Junction, Arizona's Larry Brigden, the 02X, and out of Gresham, Oregon, it's the 88 of Kevin Roberts.
So then we'll see the 183 of Justin Wright from Rock Springs, Wyoming, and the 183, and Scott Foster out of Oakley, California, in the 22S.
Well, we've got another heat race winner here with Jason Knoll, qualifying for the 13th time at this event. Finished 9th place last night. Jason, so far, thoughts on the car? I mean, obviously getting the heat race win, that's good news.
Yeah, it's always good to get a heat win and not have to run the B. The car's really close. We missed it last night, had a tire go bad, but just got to thank Jesse at Evercorp Steel and for giving me this opportunity. Jay at iRock Chassis, Lance for helping me out, and a big thanks to my dad out here. Hopefully we can go get him in the main.
We'll see what the 44 in can do come feature time. Also got the handyman here, winner of heat race number 6, Chris Morris. Great to see you back here. Car's looking good. Always sharp looking race car too.
Thank you. It's All In Design's got this thing looking real good. David builds a heck of a hot rod, and we're hoping to have some better luck tonight.
Getting a heat race win, getting locked in the main event through the heat race, got to feel a little bit of pressure off.
Oh, for sure. It's definitely easier when you don't have to run a B main. So hopefully we can start up pretty far forward and hopefully put on a show.
That's Chris Morris.
Oh, not the show we were looking for into turn number 1. The 57X of PJ Humphrey around. It's going to be Ryan Roth, your race leader. Looks like somebody's going to get a little bad dog, no biscuit action. Race for the lead. Down the front straightaway will go. Ryan Roth right there with the 7J of Ryland up on the outside.
It'll be riding up on the outside. That's Fast Freddy out of Brentwood, California. He's got the Rhino right down the inside. Ryan looks like he's got a little bit of a better handle, a little bit better luck here tonight as he's running towards the front of this heat race. But don't look now, it's your last year's track champion, or last year's champion in the 08. That's the Washington racer. That is Chase Berkeley. Going to make a charge to the front. Here comes the Rhino. He's going to look down the inside as well as he tries to take over the top. We're going to try to go 3 wide in through turns 3 and 4.
So the hurry and scurry down there. Look at Fast Freddy Ryland up there working the outside. Chase Berkeley in the 08 machine. What a battle you've got right here, Billy G. Look at him up on the outside. It'll be Berkeley up on the top of the racetrack. Fred Ryland to the bottom. Ryan Roth and Brandon Labatt. Now Labatt and Roth, the 45 and the 57, going wheel to wheel and door to door. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Roth on the bottom, working there behind Berkeley and Ryan. Roth still has the 57 machine up around the outside.
Your top 4, you throw a blanket over them as they come off at turn number 2. It's going to be that 08 of Colville's, Washington's Chase Berkeley is now looking to the outside. Here comes the Canadian football star. It's Brendan Labatt up on the outside. He's going to try to build up some momentum. That 57 car, he's going to be able to make some forward bite as he looks to the outside of that 7 of Ryland to take over second.
So they'll work him on in. It's going to be the 08 of Berkeley right there. Great overhead shot. We're going to go this one and one more on a free My Race Pass Live look in, and then it'll be time for a sun siesta as we work them on down to turn number 3 and 4. It's still going to be Berkeley, your race leader, followed by Ryland in second. Here comes Weyburn, Saskatchewan, Canada's 57 of Labatt up on the top side. 45 of Roth trying to find some racing room. Nothing to be had. Fast Freddy's got to run. Look at the top 3. You can throw a blanket over him, snuggle him up. get ready. They hurry on down this time with 3 to go.
3 to go for your field as they got the green flag high. We got 3 to go. It's down to the bottom side, trying to take over that top spot and able to make anything happen as you still got Brennan Labatt up on the top side. As we got the caution out for a car spin over here in turn number 4.
Caution out for the 183 machine down there into the bottom of turn number 3 and 4. That will be the 183 of Justin Wright down there. Kind of got her parked there on the bottom. Like we said, we'll run this heat race and one more. Then it'll be time for a sun siesta. And then come back, and we're going to head out. And Ben has found another cast of character out there for us.
I do. I have our reigning and defending national champion with the Friesen Performance IMC Modifieds. He's going to qualify for the 31st time in his career at this event. Chaz Baca Jr., heat race number 7. I mean, you guys are just finding some great speed so early in the season.
Yeah, thank goodness for it. Last year, we definitely weren't this good to start this deal off. So to run 4th last night, we just got to gain a little bit more speed to get through them performer cars up front, and hopefully we have that tonight. Felt okay in the heat race. Track's a lot different than it was yesterday, but we'll see what we got.
Best of luck. That's Chaz Baca Jr.
So as they work him on back, green flag back out of the racetrack. Berkeley's going to be there. Here comes a 02X, Larry Bringer, going to bring her to the top of the racetrack as he goes to the outside of Ryan Roth in the 45 car. They work down into turn number 3 and 4. It's still going to be Berkeley, your race leader, followed by that 57 with 2 to go of Labatt.
So it'll be Berkeley in that 08. Just going to try to tiptoe to the corners in that turns 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Gets a good bite off of 2 as he's going to bring Labatt with him this time as Ryland and Roth try to battle out along with Brigner up there trying to see who's going to contend for that 3rd spot as the white flag flies for the Washington racer. That's Chase Berkeley, the 08.
So they'll work him on down the back straightaway, hurrying on into turn number 3 and 4. It is right there, Fred Ryland working the bottom side. Hustling on in. Down the front straightaway, Berkeley right there. 7J Machine of Ryland, the 57 of Labatt, and the 45 of Roth. That is your top 4 finishers as checkered flag is out. Jerry Clements out of Chino Valley, Arizona, the 00, going to be in heat race number 2 on the inside of row number 1. Then we will see to the outside of him will be Zane DeVilbiss working the Farmington, New Mexico 8J machine.
And that second row is going to be Redwood Falls, Minnesota's 87 of Kurt Lennon to the outside. Another fellow Minnesota out of South Haven. It's the 25A of Andrea McCain.
Going to see the 33J. That is John Stingfellow out of Lake Havasu City, Arizona, the 33J. And the 5GS is Grady Clements out of Chino Valley, Arizona, there to the outside.
Rounding out your 9-car field will be Cody Morris out of Winnebago, Nevada, the 42. And to the outside, it's Rio Vista, California's 78 of Jason Robles. And coming to us all the way from Camp Verde, Arizona, so 21MF, that's Mitchell Ferguson.
So there you have it. All right, looking to go to the green flag. Working it on in. Green's up, here we go.
So it'll be last night's main event winner, Zane DeVilbiss in that 8J. He's going to take over that top spot as he runs down the back straightaway. Gets quite a bit of a gap between himself and the second running Andrew McKay now. Kurt Lund back there in third, trying to make a charge to the front. Had a great main event last night. Not the spot he wanted as he ran out front most of the first part of the main event. He now can look down the inside. So we got the caution out, lights out for a car off there in turn number 2. That is the 5 of Grady Clements, the Chino Valley, Arizona racer, coming to a stop over there in turn number 2 right in front of the Prison Hill Brewery sign.
Well, I got Chase Berkeley from Colville, WA, getting the win there. I know this has got to feel a lot better. Yesterday, he was climbing out of a hole. Today, you're on level ground.
Yeah, it feels pretty good. Hopefully we have some good luck tonight, considering last night. So, yeah, we're just happy to be here.
It was passing cars last night, but got in a little bit of a scuffle, but was able to salvage a decent finish.
Yeah, we ended up 14th, so we'll take it with this field of cars.
All right, that's Chase Berkeley out of Colville, Washington, in Sunoco IMC Stock Car 08.
So the wheel of caution lights have been turned to the opposition as they run down the back straight. It'll be Zane DeVilbiss out front all by himself in that 8J machine. Again, picked up the main event win last night. The Farmington, Mexico racer doing double duty here this weekend. It is modified as well. As the green flag's out, it's going to be DeVilbiss on the hammer first. He's going to bring Kurt Lund with him. It's going to be Minnesota and New Mexico going to battle for that top spot. As Lund had to get hard on the binders, almost made hard contact with that 8J into turn number 2. Down on the back straightaway, it will be DeVilbiss and Lund, as both of them are running separate lines. As you're going to see DeVilbiss right through the center with Lund up on top. Here comes Andrea McCain. Almost makes contact with that 42 of Cody Morris. Morris now is going to dig down the bottom side right there, trying to take over that third spot again. Passing points, premium heat in each and every one of these heat races, because if you can't win it, you got to get the most points you can. As the lap's winding down, it'll be 2 laps in, 8 to go. Card count again by Williams and that 25A of Andrea McCain.
So I'll see McCain up on the top side, the 42 machine right down there, working on in as they hurry on in the 42.
It's still DeVilbiss out front with a nice sizable lead as they run through turns 1 and 2. Lund trying to make something happen, but it's doesn't seem to be working to his advantage as that battle still continues to rage for 3rd and 4th between McCain and the 42 of Williams. Or make that Morris. As McCain went for the spin around off there at turn number 3 and 4, she comes to a stop. That's going to allow Morris to take solidly into that 3rd spot, with now the 00 of Clements back there in 4th. Down the front straightaway one last time as they come to the turns 1 and 2. Lund not to be able to make it up any of that ground. As they come off of turn number 2, it's going to be down the back straight. It's still DeVilbiss, Lund, Morris, and now Clements in that 00, making his name up there into try to get into the top 3. DeVilbiss still out front. That 8J car working real well on top, working well on the bottom. Going to run through the center. Lund not does not quite have the traction that 08J has. He heads down into turns 3 and 4. Then they're still starting to battle out for that third spot as the white 2 green flag runs high for DeVilbiss as he runs in that top spot.
Andrea McCain around in 2, car around in 2. Caution coming out, caution coming out. Andrea McCain losing the handle of that machine over there. So apparently we've got some friends looking in, a little live look in. Derek McDonough says, can we see some hobby stock B mains tonight? And well, the answer is...
What do you say? What's that?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I want to give him B mains or not. I mean, when you ask for something... he did ask nice. It was nice. I looked at his comment. It was nice. I think we will.
Yeah, I think we will.
I think, I mean,
got to be generous here in 2024.
Nate's telling me no, but I'm going to overrule Nate, and I'm going to say yes. We will see. We'll have this will be our one of 2 My Race Pass live look-ins. We'll come back for the hobby stock Bs. Of course, we're going to go to a Sun Siesta after this. As Zippy D, Zane DeVilbiss, your race leader, on out front, showing the way. He'll work it on in, down into turn number 1 and 2. Last night's feature winner. Hustling on in, down the back straightaway. DeVilbiss followed by Kurt Lund, the 42 machine. Down the back straightaway, Morris working there in the number 3 spot. They'll hurry on down the back straightaway. It is going to be checkered flag coming. This time, checkered flag will be out in the air and waving for Zane DeVilbiss in the 8J machine. So DeVilbiss picking up the win. Kurt Lund going with the 42 machine of Cody Morris. And there you have it. And now it is time for a sunbreak. For those of you doing a little My Race Pass live look-in, we will see you back for the Hobby Stock B mains tonight later, so be paying close attention. For those of you who still want to watch a lot of great racing here, probably back in about another half hour, 45 minutes when the sun gets into a safe spot so it's not in the driver's eyes, you will be able to join us on IMCA TV. Yeah, because this is why we have to take a little bit. Mike's got great shot. Right here is where things are going to get pretty ugly down the back straightaway as they start to get into turn 3 for you folks watching at home. This is why we have to take it. And if you can imagine driving into that sun as it starts to get lower than it is right now at like 90 mile an hour. It'd be like some of the crash videos I watched last night when I couldn't go to bed right away. And I was YouTubing it, and I watched like horrendous crashes, and it amazed me. Like the light in these dash cam videos, the light had been red for like 30 seconds, and some dude just goes blowing through it and T-bones a car. I just don't quite understand
why they can't see it, right?
And it wasn't that the sun was in their eyes, so we want to make sure that the racers are safe. So every year during the Winter Nationals, we always have our sun siesta or our sun break. So for those of you in the grandstands, great chance to step on around. They're going to do some track prep at this time. So they're going to do some track prep at this time. As you'll see the drivers on the infield, they're going to jump on out. They're going to have some time to just chill out, hang tight. So usually sunbreak, about the time we got started last night, about 5:45-ish or so, 5:50, we should be back to getting ready to go where the sun's in a safe location. Even with sunglasses, it's pretty hard. I know what, being down here before and, whether it be on a water truck or something helping out, when those off days and you go down the back straightaway and it was like, whoa, now I know why we take a sun break.
Yeah, it's like you said, you can imagine what it's like going 90 miles an hour. You're only going like maybe 10, 15 in the water truck. So
Exactly. Whoa, is that Chuck D. Hutt? And the Frog Station Flash, Danny Ratajczyk, have made it all the way to Yuma, Arizona. We've got people from all over the country here.
Yeah.
Here and at home on
And at home,
IMCA
yes.
TV. Waiting for Ben. Looks like he's going to have Zippy D coming across the scale. Super Dave and his chicken legs over there.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go back to the scale pad again like yesterday. Only one trip today. Last night's winner. Crazy to think you've doubled up your amount of starts in a single Winter Nationals in the stock car. But car looked really good in the glimpses I got to see out there.
Yeah, absolutely. This thing's just been on rails. It's been a blessing to drive, man. It's so fun to drive.
Well, awesome job so far. Hopefully, any changes, or you're just going to keep a close eye on the track?
Yeah, let's keep an eye on the track. We'll put some new tires on. We've ran these ones for 2 nights now, practice and last night, so we'll probably put some fresh rubber on for the main, and that's about it.
All right, well, good luck to you. That's Zane DeVilbiss in the 8J Sunoco IMC stock car. And yeah, he's going to be our final interview for just a little bit. And Jerry, I thought you said you were going to watch Cars before you went to bed last night. It sounds like you were in Crash Bandicoot mode.
Yeah, I was. I was looking for crash video. I don't even know why I was looking for crash videos. They just happened to be something that came on as a reel, and I just kept watching them. And then I couldn't sleep. And then I did fall asleep, and then I woke back up, and then I couldn't fall back asleep. And
You got sucked in, right?
I went on the, you get on the reels, and you just keep going and going and going. I'm going to be scared one day when the reels finally end. Because,
exactly.
if you get to the end of the reels, we're in trouble. And apparently Nate was good on the TikToks last night. I watched a couple of the IMCA TV TikToks or Garrett. So for those of you watching in a little My Race Pass live look in, great to have you in. Free stuff is gone. If you want to head on out to IMCA TV right now, get it purchased on up and get things going from there. So we'll see you back for a little live look in during the B mains of the hobby stocks.